Hi, I'm Jim Bednar from MTD, and I'm here to show you a few simple steps that'll get your mower ready for spring and in great running condition all season long. First, always use fresh fuel that's at least 87 octane and no more than 10% ethanol. If you've left gas in your mower during the winter, it could lead to starting problems in the spring. Old gas can turn into a varnish-like substance over time. This can clog up the carburetor and lead to costly repairs. And problems that stem from using bad fuel are not covered by any manufacturer's warranties. It's best to store your mower without any fuel in it for the winter. To do this, simply run it till it's empty or use a fuel pump. Fuel pumps are inexpensive and you can buy one at your local home improvement center. To use this tool, place one end into your mower's gas tank and the other into an empty gas can. Then simply operate the pump to transfer the gas. You can usually dispose of old fuel by taking it to a local mechanic or using it in your car. Smaller amounts of old fuel won't damage your car engine like it can in outdoor power equipment. You can also preserve your fuel by using a fuel stabilizer. Fuel stabilizers keep gas in a more stable form, so it takes longer to become stale. Adding some when you refill your gas container will also prevent fuel-related problems that occur during regular use. But keep in mind that if your gas is already stale, fuel stabilizer will not make it usable. The next step is to check the spark plug. Most engine manufacturers recommend changing the spark plug about every 100 hours or once a season. Having a new spark plug ensures that your mower is working as efficiently as possible, at peak power, and with fewer emissions. To clean and replace the spark plug, first remove the spark plug wire. Then use a spark plug socket wrench to unscrew the plug. A heavy buildup of carbon may indicate a dirty or clogged air filter. Wipe any loose carbon off the tip with a rag. Is the tip rounded from use? If so, replace it. You can find replacement spark plugs at your local home improvement center. Look for the part number in your operator's manual or just take the old one with you. To replace the spark plug, simply screw it into place and put the wire back on. A good rule of thumb is to tighten the plug as much as you can by hand and then tighten another quarter turn with the wrench. Next, let's change the oil and air filter. These items can impact the performance of your mower and need to be changed regularly, just like in your car. Before changing the oil, make sure there's very little gas in the fuel tank, and it's a good idea to run the mower for a few minutes to warm the oil up. After shutting down the mower, first put on gloves to protect your hands from hot surfaces. Then remove the spark plug wire to prevent accidental starts. Next, set out a container to catch the oil. Then remove the oil fill cap and tilt the mower up at a steep angle with the air filter on the upper side. Then, slowly tilt the mower until it is almost upside down over the container. Brace the mower in place and let it drain for about 5 minutes. Then, flip the mower back onto its wheels. Add the correct amount of oil to the engine as specified in the engine manual. Don't overfill. Make sure you check the oil level with the dipstick. Check with your local community's recycling program, as most take used motor oil. Next, let's change the air filter. To do that, start by removing the air filter cover. Inspect the air filter. Most air filters are made of paper and should be replaced when they are dirty. You can buy a new one at your local home improvement center. Make sure to take the part number or old filter with you when you go to buy a new one. To install the new air filter, place it back into the housing and reattach the cover. The last step for a great spring start is checking the cutting blade. Having a sharp blade will allow your mower to cut evenly for a better look and healthier grass. Again, make sure the spark plug wire is removed to prevent an accidental start. Turn your mower on its side with the air filter side up and brace it in place. Then, check the condition of the blade. If it's dull, you can sharpen or replace it. If you choose to sharpen the blade yourself, use a block of wood or blade removal tool to brace the blade. Use a wrench to remove the bolt holding the blade in place. To sharpen the blade yourself, clamp it into a vise and run a file across the contour of the blade. Use a blade balancing tool to make sure it is properly balanced. If you don't feel comfortable sharpening or balancing the blade on your own, take it to your local service center and have them do it for you. If your blade is misshapen or has too many dents in it, you should buy a new one. Your local home improvement center can help you find a new blade. When replacing the blade, make sure you look for the part number or word bottom imprinted on it. That side should be facing down when cutting. To replace the blade, simply put it back in place, aligning it with the blade adapter and securing the blade with the bolt. Be sure to tighten the bolt to the proper torque setting as listed in the operator's manual. Now your mower is ready to tackle another cutting season with better starting and performance. Taking these steps every year will keep your mower in great cutting condition for years to come.